Chapter 9. Set for a Test. Seeing the Big Picture. Sunday. Football season. Jamal found himself standing outside the rent-to-buy store on Broad Street, just a few blocks from his sister's house. The 1 o'clock game had started, and Jamal saw a big play. Long pass for a touchdown. And the replay of the throw, and replay of the catch. 6 different angles, and it was just so crisp and clear and lifelike. Amazing. Jamal's sister had a TV, but it was old, a thick, bulky thing that must have been 100 years old. Jennifer didn't watch it much. But if she had a TV like this, she'd watch it a lot more, Jamal was thinking. That would be nice for her. And then maybe he could catch some sports. Jamal went into the store. As soon as he walked in, a rent-to-buy salesman came right over. Except this wasn't any old salesman. "Hey there," she said. "I'm Sheila. Saw you outside looking at the TV in the window. We've got a real nice selection of big screen beauties right over here." The slender, very attractive young black woman led Jamal over to a darkened section of the store. It was like being at the game, big screen, so clear you could see the beads of sweat on the players' faces when they took their helmets off. One TV was more than 6 feet wide, huge, like a stadium scoreboard. While Jamal admired the pictures, Sheila was explaining how easy it was to buy a new TV. "We don't require credit checks," she said. "You can return the set anytime, and the best part is, it's so convenient. You pay a very low weekly rental. If you're happy with the set and you keep it at the end of the rental term, you own it." Jamal was looking at another set now, one about twice the size of his sister's TV. Damn, Jamal thought. Only $7.99 a week. $8. "Where's the next size up?" he asked Sheila. She took him to a 52-inch model on display in front of a couch. "All the latest features," she was saying, "and this week only, we have a very special rate for it. Normally, it would be $14.99 per week, but for the next 10 days, we have it for $11.99 per week. Just sign the agreement, pay $12, and you can take it home today," she said. Jamal watched as a kickoff soared toward the end zone. The return man caught it, and Jamal could see every detail as he split 2 defenders perfectly, got a great block from one of his teammates, and picked up another blocker, and more than 100 yards. A touchdown. "I can get it today?" Jamal said. "In time for the late game?" "We have it in stock," Sheila said. "Damn. Wait, I ain't got wheels." "That's not a problem," Sheila said. "We have a truck right out back. The delivery team is ready and we deliver when you want. No waiting around." "But right now?" Jamal said. "Right now. Easy," Sheila said. "What exactly do I have to do?" Jamal said. "Just a little paperwork," Sheila said, leading him back to a cluster of desks in the back of the store. She started working on her computer. She took Jamal's name and address, entered the data, and pressed a few keys. The little printer next to her started working. "Here's your agreement," she said to Jamal, sliding the pages toward him. She had highlighted several places and put little X's there. "Initial this, this, and this, then sign the last page, and we'll pull your new TV out of our warehouse. As I said, we have it here in stock." "You need initials for something? Like, what's this?" Jamal asked. "That's the breakage clause. It's just a formality. It says you acknowledge responsibility in the unlikely event that some physical damage occurs to the set." "And if, like, my sister gets ticked off at me and throws a dish and misses me but it hits the TV?" Jamal said. "This clause acknowledges that you will pay for any costs above the accidental breakage threshold," Sheila continued. "That's the clause you initial here. The deductible is $500 or 50% of the buyout price, whichever is less." "A buyout price?" Jamal said. "What's that?" "You can fulfill your contract anytime, own the TV right away, even if you pay the buyout price. If you were in an ordinary store, one that isn't as convenient as Rent-A-Buy, it would be the retail price." "Okay," Jamal said. "And this," he said, pointing the last place he was supposed to initial. "That's just an acknowledgement that applies to the effective interest rate. It says you have reviewed all the information about it here in the contract." Interest. Interest? The word resonated in Jamal's mind. Interest. Rule number 4. Never, never, never pay. Well, if I'm not borrowing any money, just paying rent, what is there that's interest? Jamal said. This attachment, the appendix to the main agreement, discusses that, Sheila said. You tell me. What's it say? I'm not sure about what I'm looking at here. What's it say about interest? It's just a formality, one of those government gotcha you gotta do this things, Sheila said. Really much more trouble than it's worth, but we had to go through the motions. Jamal was looking at Sheila now, and she was looking uncomfortable. Just explain it to me like I'm 3 years old, he said. Interest. Am I paying interest if I sign this agreement? No, Sheila said. Just the rental fee. Jamal pulled the contract back toward himself and started a careful examination of the clause next to the spot that had been marked. Whereas the purchaser or representative of the purchaser, it went on for 2 or 3 paragraphs, but Jamal's eye was caught by one phrase. Pursuant to the agreement, the effective interest rate of 33%. Wait a minute, Jamal said. He put his index finger on the agreement. This says 33%? It's a very unlikely scenario, Sheila said. This clause only comes into effect on extremely rare occasions. It says 33% interest, Jamal repeated, stabbing the contract with his index finger. Only on very rare occasions will, Sheila said. She was trying to move on. Stop! Just wait a minute, Jamal said, holding up his palms. Now, if I come in with cash money and buy that TV, how much will it cost? He said. That would be $899, Sheila said. Jamal wrote the number down. And if I rent the TV and keep it long enough to buy it, how much is that going to be? Jamal asked. Sheila took the contract and turned to the 3rd page. Near the bottom, in a dense block of numbers, she pointed to a figure. $1,966.36. Jamal wrote down the 2nd number. And now, if I subtract, Jamal said as he worked the problem out on paper, it looks like I'm paying, wow, I'd be paying $1,067.36. Shoot, that's even more than 33% interest, more like 110%. The magic of compounding. Hell, more like the evil of compounding. Just like Miss Booth said, he muttered out loud to himself. We have certain costs and fees, and the convenience of the rental, Sheila said. But Jamal was already on his feet and walking toward the door. Never, never, never pay interest, he was thinking. Damn good rule. Mess it up, you'll really be a fool. Getting to the bottom line. Sitting at the little table again with cups of tea, Jamal and Miss Booth sorted through the stack of papers Jamal brought in a grocery bag. With help from the calculator Miss Booth provided, Jamal listed all his outstanding debts, at least the ones he knew about. Now he was going over them all again to see what kind of interest or penalties he was facing. If you're not sure, take a guess and add it on, Miss Booth suggested as Jamal searched on a bill for the Motor Vehicles Commission for an interest rate. Guess high, she said. If you get a surprise, it's better to owe less than more. After about an hour of sorting and checking and calculating interest rates, Jamal looked at a column of 13 numbers. He entered them on the calculator. After entering the last number, he pressed the plus key one last time and stared at the result. Oh man, $15,315, he said. Today anyway. Tomorrow it'll be more. How do you feel? Miss Booth said. It's just so much, Jamal said. I knew it was a lot, but, this is a lot. But to be honest, it's probably less than I thought it would be, he continued. And at least now I know. Now you know, Miss Booth said. So now what? Jamal said. Now what? He repeated, shaking his head. I've got a little more than $100 in the bank, and I got more than $15,000 in debt. Now what? You get to work, Miss Booth said. You've got a problem. You go to work and solve the problem. Jamal shook his head and slumped down in his chair. Young man, she said sharply, using her pay attention in the classroom teacher's voice. Yes, ma'am, Jamal said. He sat up a little straighter in his chair. Now let's get to work, she continued. You can't pay all of your bills right now, so which bill or bills are you going to pay first? Well, Jamal said, I gotta pay the DMV fines to get my license. I guess I should pay that first. Maybe, Miss Booth said. You have a car? No, Jamal said. But some jobs, you gotta drive. Good point, Miss Booth said. Let's keep that in mind. What other choice could you make? What's in your best interest? She said the word interest with a little extra emphasis. Jamal got the hint. Pay the bills with the highest interest first, he said. That makes the most sense mathematically, she said. See if you can come up with one other option. Jamal thought about it, but wasn't sure. Go over your rules, Miss Booth said. Pay yourself first, Jamal said. Want more money, spend less, he continued. Teeny tiny baby steps. He stopped. Pay off this little one first, he said, pointing to the list. Get rid of it. Cross it off. Another sound strategy, Miss Booth said. Pay the smallest bills first so you can feel good about making progress. Okay, Jamal said. So which is it? Pay the smallest bill first? Pay the most expensive bill first? Pay off the fines that prevent me from doing any work that involves driving? Very good, Miss Booth said. Now you're in an excellent position. You seem to really understand your problem. Yes, but which? I'm just a retired math teacher, Miss Booth said. I can only help you set up your problem. I can't solve it. That's up to you. But, she continued, I do know someone else who can give you an extra credit lesson that may be very useful. The rich dude? Jamal said. The richest man in town, like the Rev said? No, Miss Booth said. That is on Ezekiel's to-do list. But I have another former student who works downtown. He's had a great deal of experience dealing with people paying their bills. I think he could give you some very good advice. Are you interested? Jamal said, yes. Miss Booth made a phone call and, after asking Jamal about his schedule, made an appointment for 9 a.m. on Saturday.